actually just climbing the ranks ever so slowly. So here we see Juan Flato, Guilto, Center 1, Synopsy, and GX. And yeah, GX is on the AWP. Most of you should be looking out for him as the standout player there. Of course, Juan Flatro on the rifles. Definitely no slouch either. So you'll be having to look out for him. Yeah, Synopsy helping out Juan Flatro as well. The rest kind of taking more supportive positions. But of course, that's not the only team we're going to be looking at today. We have got the guys over here at Apeks. We've got Gruss, the twins, Freddy Frog and Relax Gustafsson. You can see the same last name and same general appearance. And of course, with Asilian and Dennis joining in as well. Dennis, you'll be familiar with him from the good old days of NIP back in the glory days when they were still doing the thing where they rotated the fifth man every now and again. It was always someone different. They always just kind of replaced him. Dennis was the one on the chopping block at that point. They were very particular with who they wanted to play. Maybe the personalities didn't match up or something, but he was known as the pistol god back in his time, so definitely someone to watch out for on those pistol rounds at least. And it looks like we might have the maps already here. Let's see what these two teams will be wanting to play. As we can see, we have Mirage and Nuke getting banned first, and then Overpass and Ancient actually going to be coming through with Dust 2 as the decider. Well, that does actually make things quite interesting here, because Blink, they weren't able to dodge Overpass. It seems to be a map they never want to play, but obviously Nuke being their permaban kind of leaves them open to that kind of a threat. I would expect Apeks to get that one done 100% of the time, and with Blink, well, their successes on Ancient have been many, having played it 6 times, you know. Winning against the likes of Double Pony, Wisla Krakow, Saw, Apeks themselves. They've beaten them in some other tournaments, 16-6 on this very map, so I think we can pretty much predict that history will repeat itself there. And of course, Inferno as the decider should be going the way of Blink if we are to believe these statistics, but that is just, speculation for the time being. But I think we will be seeing Inferno, so definitely an answer to that question will be provided. But that is going to be the matchup there. If you guys in chat want to drop some predictions as to what you think is going to happen as well, feel free to do so. And it's going to be starting out quite soon, but yeah, going back to the teams a little bit. Yeah, no, actually, we'll be going straight into the game right away. Here we are. Straight into the action here. As the pistol round will be live. Let's see how Apeks will be trying to get this one done. Of course, the Scandinavian mix, the Scandinavian squad, I should say, versus the fully Albanian lineup here against the B site, which they've left kind of empty. B short, of course, being taken over by center, but he's not going to be getting much information right now. No players running past him just yet, though he will be getting chances for headshots soon. Misses that actually one shot that he'll be getting, and the B site overrun by terrorists. Retake attempt should be strong though. From short, they're coming in. Dennis, the pistol god, I mentioned him in the pregame, already popping some noggins. As the monster tunnel push seems to have a little bit more luck, but as I say that, of course, Gruss does get the 2K, and triple should be in the cards already. 2 versus 2 seemed pretty close, but now Guilito is just stuck in a 1 versus 2. Can't really defuse the bomb. He does have the kit, and if they let him stick it for much longer, he will get it. But of course, 2 players being available, you know, both of them can just sort of jiggle peek out of their respective angles, see that he is defusing, get the kill, and get the easy round here from Apeks. Very nice entries into the B site, and Gruss sort of playing that, I suppose, after plant, you know, just beating the retake attempt out of the likes of Blink. And that will be Apeks with the economic advantage going forward here. The second round should be theirs. AK's out in full force. Relax on that Galil and Cillian on the Mac 10 specifically. With Blink, of course, pistols and the Scout, everything they've got to work with here. Just a couple of nades on Gulta, though. He's got a much cheaper pistol. And they'll be standing their ground for now. Just this 3B, 2A. The all-important Scout being used toward long. Not sure if I'm a massive fan of this, but I'm assuming if he doesn't see anything in the next couple of seconds, he will be relocating, knowing that he's way too valuable of a piece to just hold down Anchor, one part of the map where the enemies aren't even located. And a resmoke onto Monster is going to be delaying things further here. But Apeks, knowing that they have the weapons advantage in this one and the numbers advantage, though they don't know that. 5 versus 2 as they push on here toward the B site, and Center's actually spotted the first one. One of the twins is down. The other one should be getting his revenge quite soon, though, as the push should continue, but they're all flashed and they have to keep running away as Gruss loses his life to the Deagle as well. The rotations have come in, and 4 versus 3 is a pretty good situation here for the Albanian squad. A trade of kills as well is going to be putting them in a winning position, but 2 versus 2, again, a challenge. Still, if Relaxa doesn't clears corners, which he does not, Synopsy will be downing him, and that's just a Cillian in a 1 versus 2, and surely he has to capitulate in the end. Blink, they managed to get it done here on the second round after losing the pistols, so the economic advantage goes right back to them. They even saved 2 of the AKs from the previous, and that is absolutely spectacular if you're an Albanian fan here. This is Blink just dominating. I mean, they held back the B push long enough for the rotates to come in. They stayed hidden. The enemies didn't check their corners. The flashes were on point. Center getting Gruss as he tries to run away. Fantastic stuff coming out here. But let's see if Apeks can return the favor, right? They have the chance to do exactly the same, although it is a little bit harder on the T side. You know, you can't exactly stack a bomb site as a terrorist. Well, you can, but if you rush in through smokes, you're gonna die. And Gruss already managing to find the opening kill here onto Juan Flatro, who got a little bit overzealous there, trying to go for info outside of the toilets. GX, meanwhile, trades him, so still a 4 versus 4. But the terrorists have gained some ground, and now they can actually decide whether to go back toward B or just simply stick around here. As the push toward A should be commencing right now. Malta Vibes is, of course, brought to you by Visit Malta, the heart of the Mediterranean. But, of course, we are here in the heart of Berlin on Overpass. And there we go. The heart of A site has also been infiltrated. Apeks just centering Wulito. From the stairs, they can't really get any kind of footing into this round. Freddy Frog can just jiggle peek them all day. And that is how you do a counter stomp, isn't it? You get some nice entries on the toilet area. You win the pistol round, you lose the second, but then Blink just can't hold on to that A site. I wasn't terribly impressed. But this is the back and forth that we see sometimes in the beginning of games, right? But if you think you know which way this round's gonna go, of course, you can head on over to Pinnacle. There's a banner just below the stream that you can click. Be 18 plus, gamble responsibly. An interesting long hold there. Very up close. they're not going to be giving them any kills there, the terrorists, instead just moving toward middle. But that's 4 CTs kind of encircling all of these terrorists. However, there are still 3 of them, and Dennis manages to find 2 before any kind of blood is shed on the T side. However, yeah, Blink losing so many players there, it's pretty much game over for them. The A site wide open, and the bomb should get planted as Center and GX will rotate into positions to perhaps get some exit frags. Although, if I was both of them, I would be saving at this point. The armor, pretty useful in the coming rounds. You will be ecoing anyway, so you want to have at least 2 players with usable weapons. You know, a Deagle and a Scout should be part of your arsenal in the coming rounds. However, if you manage to kill someone, take their Kalashnikov, that's a whole different story, but I don't give you that many chances of doing so. And they do manage to survive it with 2, so they'll be keeping the Deagle and the Scout, but the rest of the team won't be as armed to the teeth. Well, Synopsy does pick up a Deagle, but not the armor that Center has. Few basic grenades, probably going to be setting up some kind of a nade stack there. Yeah, first a flash and then grenades, but not that many on the other side to receive. Just Dennis, who got a little bit cooked to medium rare with all of those HEs. However, he does drop enough damage onto Synopsy and Juan Flacho to make it worth it. And still, the B site was completely abandoned just so that maneuver could be executed, right? And the terrorists, knowing that that's the case, well, they can just stroll on through, have a leisurely breeze going onto that B site, while the bomb does get planted and the afterplant positions have been taken, with Juan Flacho getting a bit overzealous there out of heaven, trying to be unexpected, trying to get someone out in the open, but that's just not going to be the case. 5 versus 4, and the T's know exactly where the counter-terrorists are, so any kind of a retake would be futile. But also futile is their willingness to save. Synopsing Gulito specifically, those 2 should be allowed to push somewhere and die because literally they don't have armor and they don't have a good weapon, so they won't be needing anything that they're trying to save in this round. I would always like the option of just, you know, killing the opponents. That's a lot of money they have to spend if you actually manage to kill them, but they decide to save useless weapons instead. Fair enough. Opening from Dennis as GX was solo pushing there, expecting Juan Flacho to refrag, but yeah, Dennis just too fast, too patient as well. And meanwhile, while we were watching that, there was also a double push attempt out of Monster. As you can see, there's a couple of X's just there, reminiscent of the 2 X's that are over the eyes of those 2 players, of course, as they have deceased in a cartoonish way. But yeah. Just the formality here for Synopsy to just walk in, perhaps get a kill. Still a valuable $1,000 armor and helmet combo that he's got, but I think he'd prefer to do some actual economic damage onto Apeks at this point, because their economy is definitely blossoming at the moment, and if all 5 of them survive here, that's like 10,000 on Gruss and Asilian. Dennis isn't going to be far away from it. Man. Lots of money for Apeks to work here. A 5-point lead. Definitely going to be kept if this kind of money stays in circulation. But in this one, they're going to be just stacking up players to move on toward that B site. GX with the opening kill, completely separate from the action, of course. This is where the main attack is going to be going on. Very good execute so far. The flashes were definitely on point, as were the entries. Gruss with a double. Just insane action onto that B site, and that is how the T's will be winning that one. Very, very discombobulating for Blink. Like, 3 of them stood on that site, getting into 1 versus X situations. The flashes kind of keeping the rest out of the action, the smokes as well. And of course, Gruss just performing constantly. I can't see his KDA right now, but I imagine it's doing pretty good at the moment. And Blink's just going to be having a timeout to talk about things as we have some time to talk about our partners over at Pinnacle, for example. There they are on the wall. If you think you know your stuff, you can head on over to teb.gg/bet10 or just use bet10 as the code. If you bet 10 euros, you get back 10 euros. It's pretty much as simple as that. You know, you can find the banner below the chat below the stream, but you have to be 18 plus and you have to gamble responsibly, and also you know, don't waste any money that you can't afford to waste. It's as simple as that, basically. We'll be going into this one though with Apeks still obviously armed to the teeth, as Blink will be trying to save this 2,000 for the next. And a nice little nade stack, obviously, on to the boost area. But the T's, they just sort of tickled around B. Maybe they're going to be piecing out soon. They seem to be kind of congregating for a B aggression, but making all of that noise, thus attracting the ire of the CTs, making GX get onto this angle in the first place, getting the opening kill. That's the one AWP on Blink that's actually getting the opening, and that's a dangerous precedent to set, as well as that damage that Relax has sustained off of center. Oh, and this engagement might actually go their way as well. Blink, they might have found the seam here, as Juan Flatro has walked past 2 terrorists to get over here, and they're not going to be expecting him one bit. Now, Relax is still with a pistol in his hands, but he's facing the wrong way. It doesn't matter. The bomb now downed as the AWP gets into the hands of Juan Flatro. But from the back, another terrorist will emerge, and he might just get backstabbed off the back of this. Oh boy, Freddy Frog. Well, he could have died too, but does get missed in the end, and Gruss picks up the kill, making this an even 3-3 scenario once again. But GX is still on the prowl with that AWP, and he's on A, but Dennis already disposing of one of his compatriots there in the form of Synopsy. So less defense on A, but it's not going to matter anyway. They're heading toward B. The nades are thrown. The alarms have been rung, but it's a little bit late. The bomb has been planted, and it's 3 versus 2 with 2 AWPs on the retake. Definitely not a good weapon to be doing those with. However, if they offer themselves to you, you might just succeed, but Lito doesn't offer himself up in any form. And there we are with those pinnacle odds if you want to be taking advantage of those. Be sure to head on over to teb.tv .gg/bet10. Get yourself some nice sign-up bonuses. Apeks taking this one very slowly. Just one standard player to check out for B pushes there in the back. So that was the lurk completely disposed of. Freddy Frog. Yeah, very nice one for out of center. Ooh, and a nice move to blow up the door as well. That leaves Gruss in a bit of a sticky situation. Has to get out of there, but can't. Synopsy from the boost actually gets the kill. They blew up the door with that intention to get that kill from the boost. Very good stuff. So with the 2-man advantage going the way of Blink, the terrorists are starting to run out of options, but they do still have long control, and the push toward A might just succeed. Let's see, though, if Synopsy can stop them. He's the one tasked with watching that particular angle. The bomb still quite far away, but there's plenty of time left on the clock, and it looks like he'll be joining his friends over on long, which does leave them in a bit more of a difficult situation, right? If you get onto the A site, not only do you have a Synopsy over there on stairs, you also have 2 players in the bathrooms just chilling, and then having a crossfire with you as soon as you get onto the A site. There you go. Case in point. Juan Flacho gets Sicilian as they decide to start pushing out of the long area, and GX also on the angle. Literally 0 chance here for Apeks to make it forward as Blink pick up their second round. And it's always weird. Blink, I believe, like both of the rounds that they've won so far have been very cut and dry. However, like very decisive, but Apeks obviously in a massive lead here at 7-2. They'll be taking a timeout, which is good. Better to do that before you need one. And we're live once again. So a little bit of a push here from Apeks underground. No opposition found. Had they opened the doors, there would have been plenty of opposition, of course, but toward the A site is where they actually want to go. No help from the other squad so far. Of course, the guys from T-Spawn are going to have to join them soon. But then there's this forward position right from Synopsy, and it's signaling that center is also rotating back toward A. The players on B playing very back positions as well. Somehow knowing that this is going to be an A take, they got some information right by holding down short for so long, not spotting anyone out. Does kind of rule out any other kind of possibility, but they can still change their minds, Apeks. They can still go down connector into short B, and that's not defended anymore. So Blink conceding some land, perhaps, in favor of a faster rotate. But either way, they're going to need those rotates because Gruss just found the entry kill, and that's going to be the push toward A that's just continuing on. But Juan Flatro, he does, not get anyone, actually. That is a little bit sad. Center gets one at least, but the rest of the defense on A crumbles as the rotates are everything they have to work with here. But GX even falls as well. That's the AWP down, and that's Apeks just charging head first into a brick wall and breaking through it. Props to these guys. Always love how the cafe that's in the middle of the map is called Café Mitte, which I believe means middle in German. Very funny. There's also a sign at the park that says Abenteuer Spielplatz Naturpark, and it's only one word. Bit of Valve humor going on there to throw in a ridiculously long German word. But enough about that. Let's see how Blink can perhaps get another round here under their belt. Their economy certainly requires it. Apeks still fully loaded, of course, as they are weapons-wise in this round as well. A complete buy with an AWP to boot, and three of them just coming out of Monster here toward the defense, but both players have been disposed of. One more, of course, on the back of the site, more in water. Synopsy still trying to hold his ground, but Freddy Frog removes him from the water as, it's 3 versus 2 with the B bomb site in control of Apeks. The 9th round should be theirs, as Relax also finds Juan Flatro on the retake. He was trying to get down from connector, but not finding even that one kill pretty much guarantees the round here for Apeks, and GX has to go back and save the very expensive AWP. He did get one kill in this one. I assume it was the one toward A toilets. Relax, I hear some. That's a nice flick in the middle of the air. Definitely could have been a leg shot there. Would have gotten pretty awkward, but hey, he gets it done. He gets the easy shots. He's not Draken. And there are some Pinnacle odds for you to enjoy. Of course, as you can see, Malta 21. It's a good code. TEB.gg/bet10. You can get some nice sign-up bonuses there if you are over 18 and you want to do some responsible betting with our partners over at Pinnacle. Of course, let us know in the chat what you think of the odds as they've happened. Quite a bit of presence from Apeks behind B site. 4 of them just stacked up. And the push, well, it was assisted by a flash, but it didn't exactly hit Freddy Frog, who manages to find the kills there. Well, Relaxa helps out with the other one, so Definitely a failed push out of Blink, but with much worse weaponry, much worse utility and armor. Really, what can you even do? Well, you can allow Dennis to get all the way onto the A site and start flanking you. That's one of the things, but GX does actually take care of him. And Synopsy is just shooting fish in a barrel here toward the monster tunnels. It is a bit of a shooting gallery for him. Very easy to get that one. 3 players still present on the defense, as 3 of them have to do the offense. And Cillian gets an entry, which is very much required at the moment. Cillian just on the brink of seeing his enemy, but Freddy Frog clears his right side, and now they can both swing on to Juan Flatro, who doesn't get the kill in the end. Freddy Frog, I thought he was a goner for sure, but 5 HP is still what remains, and that's going to be him surviving into the next. Very dominant T start here from Apeks. Obviously, being their own map pick, very much helping out in this scenario. Oh! Cillian getting the entry, but yeah, Juan Flatro very forward position, not really getting much help from GX. Definitely not the best idea to go there. Maybe he was counting on less terrorists to be present, but definitely they were counting on short to be clear there as well, the side of Blink. Freddy Frog gets an entry onto the B site, and it looks like the B site is also where they're going to be executing shortly. The defense present, and GX overextends yet again. I think he should have been waiting there for the take to truly commence before he shows himself to that extent, and then maybe shoot someone in the back while the push continues. But now a 2 versus 4, definitely not a great situation, as the op shot does get baited out, actually. Galito, oh my god, 3 kills for the man, but in the end, not enough. Freddy Frog with a triple of his own. The AWP also saved up, gets the win for Apeks. Not a round they had to win by any stretch of the imagination, but they do in the end. A clean take of the bomb site. Well, it was a clean setup, right? 4 versus 2, but then Gulito does that, just completely throwing a spanner into the works. But in the end, Freddy Frog is fast enough on the refrags to get it done. So lovely stuff. As the 14th round commences here, Blink have to just go for the eco and you know, save some money for the last round. They're gonna need it. Hoping to make this a 12-3 affair. Probably already losing hope that this game will be anything. Well, this map will be anything other than a throwaway. Very much looking forward to Ancient being the next one. The pick of Blink, who have a pretty good record on it. And they have a pretty good record in this round as well already. An entry toward B found, and they've sort of figured out that there's a lot of presence on B. You just simply don't have to put up with that if you're a terrorist. You can decide where the engagements happen, and toward the A site is where they will be heading. But Synopsy gets the info, doesn't get the kill. He wasn't thinking of getting it anyway, just, you know, random pot shot, right? Why not? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, Wayne Gretzky. And the push toward A should have been a bit cleaner there. GX does manage to get at least 1 kill. Could have definitely found the second had he known the enemy was low HP. Could have pulled out the pistol, could have gone for the body shot, but he was aiming for the head, and he did miss. And Blink still with 3 players left alive. Not really looking for the retake here, but okay, after getting that 1 kill and the AK salvaged, perhaps it's doable. However, if you're saving money for the last round of the half, pretty much save the AKs if you can get them. Looks like they'll be doing just that. Gulito and Juan Flatro. Oh no, Juan Flatro falls to Relaxa. Too far forward of a position, I suppose it was. And Blink just hoping, praying that this is going to be some kind of a 13-2 situation. And as you guys can see by the Pinnacle odds, this is, of course, for the entire match. If you think these odds would strike your fancy, teb.gg/bet10. Can head on over there. If you bet €10, you get €10. Simple as that. Just be 18 plus. Bet responsibly with our partners over at Pinnacle. And a slow round coming here. Blink definitely feeling the pressure, as no one really wants to be that first guy that dies in an all-important round like this. Pretty much everyone's just going to be holding back until they see some kind of terrorist presence, a threat, as Juan Flatro will get mollied out of this corner. No, you can't stay here, Juan. He does finally use the pocket fire extinguisher. There is another fire extinguisher on the wall just next to him, but he didn't think to use it, apparently. Still, the smoke was good in a pinch, and he does survive. The terrorist didn't punish him for revealing his position. And now still a 5 versus 5, but will it be GX that falls first? The AWP, who actually gets a kill before he finds himself in any kind of real danger, has to fall back, might get caught on the transition. No, he actually does a double take toward the toilets, and Dennis still hiding in the corner. A very fast peek comes out. Nice headshot, 4 versus 3, as the A site hasn't fallen yet. Still Synopsy holding his ground. Juan Flatro trying to go for a cheeky kill through the smoke. Can't really sneak on through, and Synopsy meanwhile does die on the site, taking one down with him. 2 versus 2 is the situation. The bomb is being planted, and the retake is being attempted from 2 different angles. And Gulito is about to give up one of them. Yes, he is. Still, though, center with the refrag. A 1 versus 1 now. No kit present. No grenades left after that Molotov has been dispensed toward long. Has no idea that there's a player in bank. He could be toilets, he could be long. Well, he's cleared 2 of those options right now, but stairs and bank are still 2 options. A 50-50 coin flip that Relaxa sadly informs him that he got wrong. There you go. Apeks, dominant half as always, but with this last round especially. Blink, even if they manage to get the pistol round next, I don't think I don't think they got this one, guys. I think we're going to have to wait for map number 3 to perhaps get them over the finish line. And if you want to get your bets in, you can head on over to Pinnacle, of course. teb.gg/bet10. Or the banner below the Twitch stream, you can click that as well. I don't know what happens if you click it, but, only one way to find out, right? Let's see. Pistol round. Very important for Blink to at least salvage some dignity here, but it's not going too hot. The terrorists having lost a lot of players, however, trading quite a few back in that skirmish toward the bathrooms. So many kills happening in such a short span of time, but in the end, the result is clear. Synopsy and Gulito against Asilian. How will they handle this one? Asilian has a 50-50 chance of guessing the bomb site. Looks like he's just trying to hedge his bets, staying in between them, seeing if anyone does decide to cross into the B site. So, very difficult headshot angle, but he won't be getting any targets anyway. Toward A is where they are heading, and the retake should be quite difficult. He's got no armor. He does have kit, which does make it a bit more viable, but no smoke to cover his butt. 2 flashes, not really a useful piece of utility in a retake, I'm gonna be honest. Ooh, but they do sort of line up for him, and that was the opportunity right there. He misses it. The headshot could have been his, but Synopsy punishes the mistake. And that's gonna be Blink with an all-important pistol round. But as I said, even if they do win it, 3-13 is still such a massive deficit that the Albanian boys have to come back from. It's just unreal. They better get several rounds in a row here. I'm talking like a 5-0 start. Get so much economy built up that Apeks can never break your economy in return, and then you can just sort of try to mount the comeback from there. Alternatively, you know, lose all hope and wait for map 3 or the second map, which you will probably win. But hey, they better choose map number. They better choose option number 1 here. A little bit of tickle damage, forcing Russ to go on back, and the defense kind of leaving the outside toilets part to the terrorists, but inside is where the stack will occur, using the enemy's smoke as cover. Just on the edge of it, we got Gruss. Freddy Frog on 16 kills and 8 deaths. That's pretty impressive, given that we're in round 17. What a kill a round, you know? You don't see that one on every player. But either way, Apeks with this kind of a buy definitely should have gone for some kills at the very beginning of a round. The longer that it goes on, the less chances they have. Although it is only 30 seconds now, so the pendulum might just swing back toward them. But that's kind of the danger you fall into, right? 2 speedy kills for Blink happen within the blink of an eye. Haha. And that kind of gives the CTs quite few options as to save this round. 12 seconds, plenty of time to plant the bomb, and that's just Dennis left in a 1 versus 4 with the knife in his hands and a bullet in his head. He is very much lucky in the sense that he didn't get knifed there. GX definitely could have played a more patient game, but he got scared. He thought, you know, maybe he turns around and I look like an idiot at the end. That definitely would have been nice, but the odds still quite heavily favoring Blink here. Not for this map specifically, those were the odds for the entire match, of course. So that gives you a little bit of a sense as to what we expect from them on Ancient and Dust 2. If you want to take advantage of those odds, Pinnacle is our betting partners, you know? You might as well use them. They're a pretty good service. Be 18 plus and gamble responsibly. Synopsy is playing quite responsibly. They're very close up. Mac 10 spray onto Freddy Frog, as the Deagles won't be keeping them out of B for that much longer, as the bomb does get planted. But yeah, they haven't even finished the boost in Underground before the bomb gets planted, which really, I don't think they'll be getting any targets anytime soon. Oh, actually, Juan Flatro is going to be making his way down, but Asilian isn't watching the corner. He might get caught out. No, doesn't continue his trek downstairs, so that boost has yet to find a kill. But if anyone, like Center over there, walks through the door, let's see it. Oh, so close, yet so far. Center survives on 4 HP, and Blink are going to survive with all 5 players alive, which is actually one of the win conditions that I was talking about before, right? You need to win, let's say, the first 5 rounds while not losing that many players, building up some kind of an economy, making it very difficult for Apeks to like get a foothold economically themselves. And I guess 2 more rounds remaining before Blink get to that threshold. This is going to be a difficult one, though. A full buy round from both sides. A little bit of grenadage going on toward B, but not really a full send just yet. Just Synopsy going to be playing a bit of a lurk position there, while the rest of the terrorists do set their eyes onto Underground and A, respectively. The CT's playing a passive game in that sense. This little boost going on here. Neither players were looking out for it, so that was a missed opportunity out of Center for kind of falling off of the head of his comrade. However, Synopsy gets bored of waiting for Center to make that jump happen. He wants to get in and gets a piece of the action for himself. However, he's allowed Relaxa to retreat back into this passive angle with the AWP. Definitely should have been good for a kill there, but wasn't. As he's relocated once again, Relaxa gets that one, and the rest of the team just help him clean on up. Very good defense coming out here from Apeks and Blink. I said they needed 5 in a row to start this half, but it looks like they have failed that win condition. And I think with 14 points already on Apeks, this is going to be unwinnable. But what is not unwinnable is playing on Pinnacle. I mean, when they give you 10 euros, when you bet 10 euros, that's an unlosable situation when you think about it. The only way you win is oh, that was so close. Almost a headshot. Very well timed. But yeah, all you need to be is 18 plus and to promise to gamble responsibly with the money that you have, you know? Shouldn't lose any money you can't afford to lose. Blink, though, they've lost Gulido. And GX can't manage to find an entry into the B site. However, he did have some opportunities, and Juan Flacho, in his signature style, very aggressive here out of Monster. He has broken up the boost that was going on towards short, but Freddy takes care of him. He takes care of another one as well. That's Synopsy down at Monster. And the T's, well, they're running out of people to throw at this B bomb site. There's just not enough bodies they can really throw at this C4 that's on the ground right now. The round definitely lost, as Apeks will be picking up the 15th. At this point, what do you even do if you're Center or GX? Do you save? I don't think so. What are you going to do? Come back 15-5? That's a bit of a tall order. But you have to just believe in yourself that you're going to be getting this 2 versus 4 at this point, surely. They decide to go back. Or, no, they're just doing the nose flash. Okay. So the nose flash is very effective, as you can see. It's a very easy one to throw. You can learn it yourself. Center, however, after getting the second kill, does fall, and GX can't really refrag him with the AWP in his hands. Unfortunate. Let's take a look at some odds. Not very fortunate for Apeks still, even after that kind of a dominant performance. Still technically the underdogs, as this is their map pick, as you can see in the upper right-hand corner. But if you want to take advantage of those odds, the banner is below the Twitch stream, and I cannot stop you from clicking it. Ooh, a fast execute here from Blink. Obviously, YOLO strats coming in here. We have reached the YOLO page of the strats book, as quite a few of the players have sustained a bit of damage, but none of them dead so far, as 2 of the Apeks players have been down so far. However, Acilian now on the flank with the SMGs managed to at least get 2 back. And the worse off terrorist side is now completely stacked with the armor, helmet, and weapons in each player's inventories. And toward B, it looks like they will be going with the CTs not really in position to quite battle against it just yet. So Blink, they might just get their 6th round, but how much longer can they keep this charade up? I wonder. Yeah, that 1 kill is just going to be everything that they were looking for here. The C4 is rigged to explode at any second now. That train hopefully is going to get away just in time. And it's also just in time for you to join the Hellcase giveaway over there, as you can see. Skins giveaway from our official case opening partner, Hellcase. Do not waste your chance to win some cool CSGO skins. Click the Hellcase banner below the Twitch stream. and you could find yourself to be the lucky winner. And Relax, I'm not lucky so far with that wall bang, but we'll keep you posted if it ever actually connects. I'm assuming it's quite pog when it does. Nice little three-man stack with reduced weaponry, not really much else you can hope for, but it does work out. Freddy Frog gets the kill, and that's a man advantage, but they can't really get too comfortable just yet. Still 4 fully armored, fully armed Blink players executing onto the A site, with Relaxa picking up the first. This actually is starting to look doable, and yes it is. There you go. Blink, only 1 player left remaining against 5 players. That was such a quick turnaround. I cannot believe all 3 of those players that pushed out of long actually managed to die at the same time. But hey, Blink's morale definitely isn't its strongest at the moment, so we wouldn't be expecting them to play their hearts out in these kinds of situations, right? Gulito's not giving up, though. The A site is now cleared, as CTs have decided to just give it over to him. Dennis still watching the cross, of course, out of long. He'll be relaying that info to the rest of his team that the bomb might get planted here. As Gulito, I think he was trying to make his way toward the B site, but in the end, that does not transpire. And he just, you know, kind of stays on like in the open while Dennis manages to get him. A very nice kill to finish it all off, but not a very nice map, obviously, for the side of Blink. Apeks had their number from beginning to end, as we'll be going into a short break until the next map. It is going to be the pick of Blink Ancient. It's going to be quite a show. They're still very much favored in the pinnacle odds, as you've been seeing the entire time. Hopefully they can... Hopefully my cat can stop making noise, but other than that, hopefully they can manage to get some, wins there, and who knows what happens on the final map. We'll be right back after a short break, ladies and gentlemen. Do not go anywhere. Stay tuned for Malta Vibes.
Life sometimes gives us a bunch of lemons. But that's the time you think about real friends. With them, any problem becomes nothing. Hellcase.com. Open to cases with those for whom you are a friend, not an enemy.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you had a lovely break here as, well, the first map, definitely very decisive. Apeks just completely steamrolled Blink, but still managing to be the underdogs in this matchup. 16-6 was indeed the score line. I think you can mostly thank your boys over at, I don't know, Dennis and Freddy Frog. They were the standout players there, both having excellent KDR, excellent stats all around. And even the eye test would let you know that they did get some pretty high impact kills there. Meanwhile, on the other side, I believe, well, GX was the only positive player. Obviously, he had the AWP. That's something you would expect. But we did also see some nice kills coming out of Synopsy pretty often. Center and Golito, they had their moments, but Juan Flatro just sort of went for some aggressive plays sometimes that didn't make sense. Maybe, you know, we'll be seeing something different on Ancient. Obviously we will. It is the pick of Blink. So the Albanian squad has decided to play on this Aztec remake that we all know and love. The meta has slowly developed over time, and we should be ready to jump into the game any second now. There we go. Of course, the odds from our betting partners over at Pinnacle will set the scene a little bit as to what we can expect here. 16-6, the first map, doesn't matter. The other two, Blink, are heavy favorites, it seems, and if you want to take advantage of those odds, of course, you can head on over to our betting partners over at Pinnacle, teb.gg/bet10. But Dennis, the pistol god, yet again manages to get 2 entries into this round. A very unexpected position from him to just push down middle. GX somehow not having seen him. He wasn't in a forward enough position to do so yet. And then he just gets over here onto lane, gets those 2 kills. Freddy Frog even with one of his own, and that's already Blink down a round in this matchup. But, you know, still their map pick. They can lick their wounds and live to fight another day. However, in this one, as the terrorists, they didn't even get the bomb plant. They have no extra money to work with here. Had they gotten it, they would have perhaps managed to get, you know, some bonus money to work with. The AK-47s would have been very nice to have. Galils as well, you know, but as it stands, full eco is what's in store. Dennis almost gets a triple there. That's just Dennis things, right? He's never stopped being good with pistols. That's since NIP. Pistols are forever. But pistols are everything that Blink has to work with here. Just Glocks. They didn't spend that much money, if any at all, really. An exchange happening early on, but then the MP9s will be mopping up soon. Getting that extra money for a Cillian. Holy hell. Gets 4 of them. That's a lot of money for the player over there. And the odds for Blink, whew, actually being disadvantaged here, 3-1. The match winner will be decided here, though, and if you want to play by those odds, you know where to go. There's a banner just below the stream. bit of an A execute gonna be going on now as the grenadeless AK-47s will just be walking on forward toward their demise, perhaps. Let's see how this pans out. Gruss already with the opening. Freddy Frog revealing his position, almost lining up the players and getting that double, but just narrowly escapes it as, well, the rest of the team will be just mopping up here. Dennis with a triple just to end it off. Style points given away in spades here. Very good. And what's also very good is this offer that you can take advantage of, you know? teb.gg/bet10. You bet 10 euros, you get 10 euros. Easy as that. You can also sign up using code Malta21. That was just heartbreaking when the lineup doesn't work out right, but come on, Dennis with those kind of flicks. We wouldn't have seen those flicks if the lineup had succeeded, so Hills, you know, swings and roundabouts. But now, just pistols in their hands and a speedy take toward A, not going to be successful. It was just two players that went in all alone, unassisted by the rest of the team. Had they been prepared at long, for example, to just rush on in, maybe we're looking at a completely different round here. But as it stands, well, you go in one by one, you die one by one. And B site has been taken, sure, but the bomb still has to rotate toward it, and that's not a foregone conclusion. Synopsy has been heard, and this is a easy kill there for Asilian. I like the idea. I mean, Juan Flacho was like, hey guys, I'm on B, come on over toward B, but come on. Not having the bomb handy was the crucial sort of point where the plan kind of fell apart. And with the Deagle, he has no chance of retaking this one. The counter-terrorists are watching that bomb like a hawk. They don't know exactly where he's coming from, though. They seem to be facing many directions. Oof. That was almost a kill. Tantalizingly close, the crosshair was. But no cigar. Okay, lane being taken over by the terrorists as it's not being contested, but middle is, and so are A tunnels. Well, where, rather, a kill is gained for the CT side. Now they can abandon A probably as they know that the terrorists won't be heading over toward that area of the map in the near future. B, however, being very much under-defended. However, Blink not brave enough to just hold W and push on forward. They will instead be just delaying a little bit, lining up their grenades. Ooh, nice bucket lineup. Remember, guys, the hinge on the bucket, that's the secret molly for getting Relaxa out of the round, as it's followed up by a smoke, which definitely makes it impossible for him to do anything, as Dennis tries to go for a speedy flank, but GX was watching it. The Opper not participating in the site take, as he does watch the behind. And the bomb will get planted, of course. 4 versus 4, the score. Well, the player account, rather. As grenades have flown in, softened up those terrorists, but no kills found yet. 3 players, though, trying to retake from the same angle. Maybe not going to be working out, as that's just one choke point that the terrorists need to take care of. Re-smoke ad infinitum? No chance. They don't have any smokes left, and the kills start to rain in, but the exchanges are met with Blink coming out on top here as Relaxa does fall as the last player. Apeks, they capitulate in that one. Blink, they just took the site and then took it the round within the blink of an eye. And as we can see, the odds increase in their favor ever so slightly from our betting partners over at Pinnacle. Banner below. Click on it. See what happens. It's a fun adventure you can participate in. still control of lane, but inside of Cheetah, we see Asilian. Ooh, so tantalizingly close. He sees Synopsy's head, but Synopsy doesn't see him. And Asilian with the double spray down into the smoke. Just enough info to know what's going on. He knew it was a boost as well, so 2 kills is exactly what he was looking for there. Fantastic start to the round, and that might just end it right there unless Blink can come up with some kind of an answer in the next 20 to 30 seconds. I don't see them taking it one bit. And GX, he might just get the kill here onto Asilian, but he's not in a very expected corner, so a pre-fire wouldn't occur. Dennis, however, managing to take a lot of attention away from his teammate that's also playing Cubby on middle. Asilian, meanwhile, gets the kill in Cheetah, leaving Juan Flatro all by his lonesome to his own devices. The lowest performing player on the first map being tasked with a 1 versus 4. He does actually manage to find the opening kill and the bomb plant. That's everything he wanted to do in this round. Congratulations, Juan. You did it. Your prize? Having to defend the bomb from 3 counter-terrorists. It's not much of a prize, if I'm honest. 2 of them are going to be coming out of the tunnels, while... oh yeah, the third one actually joining in as well. All 3 just sticking together, knowing that if anyone dies, they can refrag him right back. Nice shot from Juan, but even if he gets the second... oh my god! I thought the planter was safe! I thought his head would be tucked behind the pillar. I thought, yes, even if Juan does get those two kills, he still has no chance of preventing the bomb defuse, and then he would just have to be happy with 2 exit frags, but nothing could be further from the truth. My god. Does get the kill in the end and wins the round for Blink. They are going to be very satisfied with that one. It all started, remember, with Asilian getting a massive advantage, being left here, and I believe it was 2 versus 5. Wasn't sure either way. Juan Flatro 1 versus 3 in the end. Those 2 kills, I didn't expect them to happen, but the last one even less so. The fact that the defuser didn't have enough time after that, it just speaks to how fast Juan Flatro was able to get those kills and prevent the bomb from being defused. Jesus, that first bullet accuracy he managed to pull off onto his enemies was quite insane. As insane as the giveaway that Hellcase is providing, of course. There's a banner just below the Twitch stream. You can have a chance to win some cool CSGO skins if that's your jam. Ooh, Gruss. Think he's found himself in a bit of a jam. Maybe some technical issues going on. Hopefully, since there hasn't been any damage done yet, they will be able to restart this round, and it looks like he's disconnected. Yeah, looks like we will be going into a bit of a technical pause here as we figure out his problems, as we restart the computer and all that. Hopefully, you guys have been enjoying the Malta Vibes Knockout series so far. Quite exciting to have a tournament that starts with so many teams and actually just has single elimination best of 3s going all the way up. That way, every single game has something at stake, right? But which of these teams will be eliminated today? Because they made it all the way into round of 16, of course. The first matchup won handily by both teams. And Blink coming in here as the favorites, but just a very bad start on the first map. It was the pick of Apeks, but this is their pick now. And as the terrorists, I'm hoping they can actually get enough rounds going to make it an exciting second half. Definitely looking good to pick up a third, obviously, as the economic situation for Apeks isn't the best. But we can all hear the chat ticks that are going on. We should be going into the game shortly. But while you're waiting, you know, there's a bunch of links just below the stream that you can follow. Perhaps use codes such as Malta21. Get yourself 10 euros after a 10 euro bet. I mean, it's an easy decision if you're 18 plus, of course. Man, look at all those skins, though. I really like the Navaja knife, but I'm a weird guy. The gut knife as well, case hardened. Had it for a good long while. Very nice if you can get a good pattern. But with Navaja, you know, the actual sort of blade part is so short you don't get much of a pattern there, but the handle is just so nice. I want one in real life, to be fair. Not really sure what I would be opening other than packages, but if you want to get it, you can win it through the giveaway, of course. Links below. But enough chitter chatter. We are back in the game. Gruss has reconnected. I believe it was him. But yeah, Apeks on an eco round, a full stack onto the B site. Why not? You really don't have many options going for you here, as Synopsy has spotted this particular stack coming his way. Even a little bit of a goodbye kiss from one of the USPs straight into Synopsy's dome, but obviously the helmet doing its job, preventing his demise, as the CTs have relocated toward middle, where GX with his AWP is going to be a mighty tasty target here. Now that they have heard the AWP shoot, they can sort of just start running toward him. He's going to run out of angles eventually. You could have just run him down, but apparently that's not what they're going for. They would instead want to rotate back toward B, where none of the terrorists actually are. So a bit of a failed gamble here. Failed gamble stack, and they will all capitulate to probably Gulito's Mac 10. He is making headway toward B. But they've made it all the way down ramp yet again. Center tries to practice his spray pattern, and, well, he gets as far as 2 kills, but not quite to the third, as the AK will be salvaged. Not for long, of course. Gulito farms up some money with the Mac 10, as it's just Dennis left. He's a pistol god, sure, but half HP, USP in hand. I'm not sure he's that good, guys. But what is good is this offer from our betting partners over at Pinnacle. Malta 21 is the code you want to be using, or just use the link to eb.gg/bet10. Nice sign-up bonus is given out to all responsible betting enjoyers that are over 18 plus. Not sure why I said over and 18 plus, but, you know, that's extra over 18. Bit of a default here out of Blink, as they've taken control of lane early on B. What a spray down coming out from Synopsy. That wall bang through the tarp just gets it onto, you know, Vasilian there hiding in Cheetah. He's been having a good game so far at 9-4, but no impact in this round, I'm afraid. Just going to be the tunnels now within their control. Cheetah is there's Dennis still hiding in this unexpected cubby area of the tunnels. Oh, those. If Freddy Frog makes enough noise, the players are just going to tunnel vision onto Freddy Frog and then forget that Dennis might be in that corner. So very good position out of them, but Freddy is kind of doing double duty there. He has to take a peek toward ramp every now and again. Has to be ready at a moment's notice, and, well, definitely was, but Dennis still can't manage to get the second kill that he perhaps set up for him. He leaves center on 1 HP, so had Dennis been able to get that one, we're looking at a completely different round here. It would have been a 3 versus 3 and a very close round continuing, but as it stands, this round should be over by now, but the bomb, for some dark reason, is not going toward B, which is this bomb site they already have control of. Instead, they want to make it a bit harder on themselves. Hey guys, let's go toward A instead. Maybe there's some enemies there for us to kill. But then they remember, oh yeah, the enemies, they can kill us right back. This is a dumb idea. Let's go back to B. We have the control of the bomb site. What are we doing? Golito's going to be planning, and that's going to be the round over. Blink managed to get a bit of an even Steven scoreline going here at 4-4, as presumably the CTs will just be hanging on back, chilling, relaxing, as Relaxa and Gruss are just going to save the AK and AWP. Man, oh man. Apeks getting a little bit favored here, but they used to be favored by a bigger margin before Blink, of course, managed to get these 4 rounds and evened up the scoreline. As obviously they will be getting the lead as well. A very much stronger buy coming out of them should result in a round win, especially for Laxa, who's just going to be giving away most of his HP to a random Molotov. It was a calculated risk, of course, but he's going to have to walk around low HP from now on. Not that big of a deal for AWP players. Shout out to Bogdan. But yeah, 2 kills coming out for Blink already, and Apeks are just scrambling for kills at this point. Freddy Frog might get 2. Only manages to tag down center, but a nice first kill nonetheless. As Asilian is the last man left standing. Low HP, and the grenade thrown in his general direction was a death sentence in some cases. With Blink, yeah, managing to get to their 5th point here on the board, a 5th round in a row. They lost the first 4 because of the pistol round, really, so I'd be giving them quite good chances here going forward in the T half. Let's see if Apeks can actually manage to get some kind of a comeback going here, because they need to change up their positions ever so slightly. Just take a timeout, for Pete's sake. Like, right now, it's the perfect time to prevent the game from sort of going into Blink's favor on their own map pick. Ooh, Gruss, how'd you get there, bud? Doesn't get any kills, but like distracted the T's long enough for the rest to pick up a couple. Synopsy and Juan Flatro down now as Asilian rejoins the fray, gets center. There's just Golito and GX left. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. That amount of action on middle is pretty much what cements the round, but they haven't given up yet, and GX does find an overextended Asilian. Not quite sure what he was looking for there. If you already have the advantage 4 versus 2, basically you can just go back, chill on some bomb sites, and wait for the T's to present themselves. Kind of like that, what Freddy Frog just did. That's pretty much how you want to be playing these situations. As GX is trying to copy him, but it only works one way, GX. You're the terrorist. You have to push in, get the kills. You're not going to be getting anyone overextending. Oh, as soon as I say that, of course, Freddy Frog gets a bit too curious. And the bomb should get planted here with a narrow sliver for maybe Dennis, I believe it is, over there to get the kill, but he's going to be leaving it to Relaxa anyway. So, yeah, the bomb getting planted, not the best outcome for Apeks, given the sort of starting lead that they had in this round, but hey, they still got the round, so they're happy with that at least. Blink, however, they're not hurting for money, so this bomb plant doesn't exactly count for much. Juan Flatro's the only one who's low on money, but there's so many high money players to drop him, it's not going to be a problem. But Apeks, yeah, after a bit of a losing streak, they do manage to recover. And this should be quite a nice time they're going to have from here on out. If they manage to get the win, of course. Their money is so low that if they lose this one, it's Blink with 2-for-1 sale going on with the rounds. And Dennis already with a opening kill there. Asilian helping out with his nade as well. Very nice action toward lane, knowing that that's a high contestment area. You know the terrorists are going to be there. You might as well throw grenades there when it's time. And middle has been overtaken by the likes of Apeks. The Scandinavians are going to be going for a bit of a flank here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that mid smoke looking mighty tasty as they push on through and will be flanking behind the terrorists as they try to execute toward the B site. But let's see if they can actually succeed in this endeavor, because they might be too slow. They're pretty far away from these terrorists, and if they get a move on, they get only one player in that B bomb site, a player playing in the back lines. Surely this should succeed, but Dennis is fast enough, and he's going to get so many free kills here. This is the round win, ladies and gentlemen. Unless someone turns around and all of a sudden it's going to be Dennis with a 4K, a 4-man spray down, but an ace overall in the round. There you go, Dennis. Very good performance out of him. Very nice improvement to the odds as well off the back of that one. There you go. 1.44, that's where they've jumped to. And of course, you can head on over to Pinnacle to take advantage of those odds. Malta 21 is the code you want to be using, or just the banner below the stream. It's easy. 18 plus, gamble responsibly. A bit of a faster round coming here from Blink. They are getting sick and tired of getting opening kills going the way of Apeks, so they'll be trying to get some of their own toward the B site, perhaps. But Synopsy, not that much help. However, he does manage to get those 2 kills regardless. And you can't quite run away from the terrorists that fast. However, a 2 versus 3 situation, yeah, not going to be favoring the CTs, as they do have B site quite nicely under control. However, it's the A site that's going to get taken in the end. And Freddy Frog is in a good position to go into Temple here. Just he could have denied the bomb plant had he stayed in CT, but he takes this forward position instead. A much nicer place to retake from as soon as Relax comes over to help out. But he couldn't wait long enough. Gulito checks onto Temple, and the AWP does not reign supreme on that kind of a distance. Maybe that should have been his kill. But who's to say? He had a lot of angles to worry about there. So Relaxa should definitely just be saving the AWP into the next and let Blink have their 6th round. Once again, a tied up scoreline. Flashback to the Dennis ace. A 4-man spray down, but a very nice flank. He pushed all the way from middle, through a smoke as well, so there was a little bit of danger associated with it, but I was worried he wouldn't be fast enough. The T's, they took a little bit too much time, and that's how those kills occurred. But here, won't be wasting any time either. Through A is where they're finally going to be heading. A lot of presence as Freddy Frog is up close and personal with the AUG. He hears the footsteps. He knows there's stuff going on, and he's calling for backup as the first kill has been gained. The bomb sighted as well. Well, they do sustain 2 casualties here. Blink and decide to actually keep pushing into the A bomb site. That is completely flashed up, but they don't manage to kill him. He actually gets the no scope, and there Galito dies in a Molotov. Just sticks around a little bit too long. Synopsy, the last one left standing. A 1 versus 4 situation, unwinnable from the man, but Apeks, what an a-hole. The setup they had was not that strong. It was just like Freddy Frog chilling in A tunnels, waiting for some enemies to present themselves. He gets a 2K, and they just decide to start pushing off the back of that. But Dennis even flashed up, no scopes the enemies, and even gets a scoped kill for his troubles in the end. What a lovely performance coming out of Dennis here on 15 kills. He has top fragging on the server. No slouches, of course. Gruss and Asilian also helping out. Higher kills than anyone on the opposite team. And not that good of a buy coming out here from Blink. 3 pistols available, and the push will be relentless. Very fast. A very good headshot onto Relax. So that's going to be giving him a lot of trouble, having to play a bit more passively now. And a trade of kills on lane as well. That should have been looking good, but the T's, they've sustained too many damages. 4 versus 2. As Juan Flatro just fluffs the Juan Dig on middle. Very unfortunate that that's occurred, but, you know, it has. And center is the only one left standing here. This half looks like it's going to go the way of Apeks, because they do win this one. It's going to be 8-6. Then on the next round, you don't expect Blink to win because they haven't got a bomb plant in this one yet. It doesn't look like they're going to be getting it. And their money's going to be so bad, it's just going to be a bit of a force buy unless they can make some kind of a fast action, go on toward, well, either bomb site, really. If you just rush, get the bomb plant, and win the after plant, then that's the only way you can really get out of this quagmire they found themselves in. Apeks, though, sitting pretty here. I think they're going to be completely satisfied with a 9-6 score line, as the odds do tend to agree with me. And if you find the odds always agreeing with you as well, you know, teb.gg/ODDS, or the promo code BET10. Or just use the links below the stream. It's a lot less straining on the old fingers to type those URLs in. Three smokes going to be raining in on A, with just Freddy Frog here to hold them back. Good luck, buddy, if you're going to need it. Hides around the box, but the pistols are going to be very fast. Going in for the trade. Finally, they get him, but Freddy Frog's done his job, right? 2 kills, all he needs. The plant can't happen all the way in the open. There's just too many CTs spamming into the various smokes lying around the site. Center, the last man left standing, and that's Blink that do not manage to get the last round of the half. Apeks, they do pick it up, 9-6. A commanding lead, but of course, everything can change once the pistol round does begin. But what doesn't change is the promo codes, guys. Malta 21. Can head on over. All right, then. 2 smokes raining in on A, and just 1 defender all the way back in Temple. That's going to be Synopsy. They're playing an A retake setup, counting on Synopsy to at least get 1 kill as they stream into the site, but it's going to be an exchange for his life regardless. 3 versus 3 as another one falls in Temple, but the round has not yet bitten the dust for Apeks. Look at how close they're playing. The Glocks are very good at this kind of a range, and they can just sort of Ferrari peek around the corners, get those headshots, go on back, and perhaps Sicilian can still win this in a 1 versus 1. The CTs, they were good enough to get the trade frags, but in the end, the 1v1 goes the way of the Scandinavian squad. Sicilian, a very lovely headshot to facilitate the previous round. And I'm kind of surprised that Blink didn't manage to show up here on their second map. They seemed like they would be the heavy favorites going forward, for Dust 2 especially, but, you know, here, I didn't expect Apeks to be this strong. They might start to fall apart on the T side, but not just yet. Of course, they have the economic advantage going for them, right? And it definitely should be used correctly, and it has so far. The Galil just holding that corner on middle, the rest just holding their ground in the beginning of the match, in the beginning of the round, because they know the CTs, they have to push, or they have to stack and go for these cheesy scout kills. But, you know, you couldn't have expected that one to happen. So they will lick their wounds on the back of that and head on over toward their favorite bomb site A, which seems to be working out well for them. Don't fix what ain't broke. Galito's just waiting here in the smoke. He's gotten tagged up, though. Freddy Frog had the presence of mind to spray into the smoke, knew that if someone decided to jump out of it with the CZ75 in hand, that would have definitely been lights out for his team's chances of winning this one. And look at this. They wait for the smoke to dissipate. They just sort of stand around waiting for the CTs to show themselves, to peak and lose their lives. But that's not going to be happening as the smokes rain in yet again. The Molotovs dispensed, and the bomb should be planted soon as Temple is revealed to have a cheeky scout player in there in the form of GX. He falls. However, Juan Flatro gets a triple after a nice deagle kill and finishes with the deagle as well. Blink. How in God's green earth did you manage to bring that one back? That was Apex's round all day. Oh me, oh my. Well, the odds don't really take that one into consideration that heavily, but what a swing in momentum here for Blink. If you disagree with the odds as well, of course, Pinnacle is our betting partner, and you can use them if you want. There's a link just below the stream. Should be a good time if you click on it. Get some nice sign-up bonuses going. Oh man, I'm still recovering from that Juan Flatro. Like, he was so underwhelming on the first map, but he's shown up today, I suppose. Nice exchange of kills here. Going to be giving Apeks the advantage ever so briefly as they do manage to lose a player on middle. And once again, they're in this position where, yeah, you have a guy on site, but if you go too far forward, there's bound to be a CT somewhere that's going to be taking care of you. And the A site no longer theirs. They're just going to have to, you know, improvise some kind of an attack here from A tunnels and Donut. At once they will emerge, but GX with an M4 in hand should have the upper hand here. I don't think Asilian is clearing that corner, to be honest. Oh, he is. And GX is looking away, showing his butt around the corner. Gets it taken clean off. And that's the A site within their grasp. However, Relax is still in trouble here. Juan Flatro, the hero of the previous round, does fall to Asilian instead. And that's a nice little bit of spray control coming out from Asilian to pick up the final kill. Apeks. After, you know, after losing pretty much a guaranteed round in the previous, getting a massively upset round in this one. It's just impeccable how back and forth this is. But can Blink do it themselves? Can they bring it home, as it were? Only time will tell. But time has told me that their mid control isn't going too hot. Oh, actually, now it's a 2 versus 1, and that's the bomb down? Okay. Dennis, however, still present on lane with a MAC-10 in hand. 2 kills for him. As Freddy Frog has had some time to readjust here, gets into a nice corner, and a kill onto Synopsy has transpired with Gulito left to pick up the pieces of this round. Just scouting CZ75 in hand. But he won't be able to look at the bomb in any sense of the word, right? So what he's doing right now is he's thinking, okay, if they take the bomb, they're not going to want to go A because I just showed myself on A. So what if I just go B, perhaps? Ooh, or if you just make noise on top middle and Relaxa, I can instantly kill you. That also works. Well, it doesn't, but it works for Relaxa. He gets the round. He gets Apeks the win, and we were just kind of waiting for one team to win 2 rounds in a row here early on. And if you want to win twice in a row, you know, in a different sense, our betting partners over at Pinnacle, they got you covered. 10 euros, 10 euro bet, you get 10 euros. It's easy as that, guys. It's like they're giving it away. Well, they are. There's a different giveaway with Hellcase as well. Check that out under stream. CT's just going for the full YOLO send in A tunnels. Obviously not working out. Way too many there for people to spray down. And yeah, Freddy Frog and Relaxa pick up most of the kills in that one, with the odds now heavily favoring Apeks. Just a smidge away from being, you know, perfectly in charge here. Cillian was so good in that previous. They should never have won this round, but the first kill he gets, okay, it's a little bit of unlucky timing from GX. Still, the other CTs shouldn't have capitulated that easily. It was a 1 versus 2 because his teammate was planting the bomb at the time. Blinker gonna really, really regret that one. Execute onto the B site with a couple of defenders present. A few more are going to be joining the fray now that the alarm bells have been rung. But Asilian, he's dropped the bomb in the middle of nowhere, and the T's, they can't really get it back. AK's in hand, sure, but the time, well, the player counts are definitely too strong here for Blink. As Apex's winning streak should be ending quite soon here. Dennis at least takes one of them with him. Center, though, with a 4K. What a mad lad. Also the top fragger for his team, of course. If you want to top frag with some sick skins, you can join the Hellcase giveaway. There's some instructions just below the stream, a little banner that you can click. They are our official case opening partner. And Apeks have officially run out of money. This full send toward B brought to you by some pistols and a MAC-10. Juan Flacho disposes of the SMG quite quickly. GX manages to get the guy that was planting the bomb, and maybe they can still get the plant down. Yeah, Relax is doing a good job covering him. Vasilian also almost dies to a grenade, but doesn't. So at least the bonus money is secured here for the Apeks side. However, Blink, they might not be able to retake this one if they don't expect both of the players to be located here in the B tunnels. They might be expecting ramp a little bit too much. But that smoke facilitates it. Asilian still gets one through the smoke. No way. And how is this going to get diffused now? Gulito, he's in the open. He doesn't even spot Asilian as he offers himself on a silver platter, walking through a smoke like that. Unbelievable. Apeks, they managed to get the round in the end. Holy hell. That kind of a buy should never have been a win, but they get it anyway, and Blink are just not quite sure what went wrong there. A few lucky shots going their way, yes, but takes a bit more than luck to just win with pistols like that. Lovely little smoke you guys can use at home. Oh, nice shot from center. He's gonna get run over quite soon, or yeah, just opt by Relaxa straight up, of course. Yeah, Juan Flatro gives away his position with that Molotov tick, so Relaxa's still aware that someone could be on that position, but let's look on over toward the Cheetah tunnels here. One of the players forced off the angle already. A last-ditch effort here, but Blink, they're still going to have enough money to buy on the next one. GX, not so much. He's got this scout here, and I don't think it's going to be getting them a round win anytime soon. Still a 4 versus 4, and 50 seconds have already elapsed, which means the terrorists are getting quite a nice position out here for themselves, but the B-bomb site should be hit relatively soon. Freddy Frog is also going to be joining them from the opposite side of the map, but a little bit later, as they're going to be running the clock down all the way here. 30 seconds. They're banking on the fact that Blink have just split up 2A, 2B, and they're going to be taking those two on B down quite soon. There you go. They were just waiting for Freddy Frog to join the fray. He's finally arrived, and it's going to be 4 players walking into this bomb site with the sniper from the back not being able to do much given the fact that he's smoked off, but the Juan Flacho in the tunnels still making it worth their while. There you go. Gets the kill. 2 kills for him so far, and it's not been good for him as far as the third one's concerned. The push, however, yeah, it continues toward the bomb, and that's a speedy retake. Gulito and Synopsy getting a kill each and defusing the bomb with plenty of time to spare. Apeks, they had a good setup going for them, you know, a 4 versus 2. Juan Flacho, though, gets 2 kills out of tunnels, and that kind of cements the round for his team. Very well played, regardless. as we can see by the live odds here. Apeks quite favored still. I think you guys in chat would agree. And if you want to, take advantage of them, teb.gg/BET10. There's the sign up bonus you can get there if you want some 18 plus responsible gambling. Or betting, I should say. And there's a Hellcase giveaway as well if you want to get in on that. Some pretty nice skins up for grabs. Just some early grenade damage onto a Cillian, but the position's quite standard, You got lane control as the terrorist side. You got two players in Cheetah as the CTs. The B bomb site completely empty, as this does seem to be just Relaxa taking a peek toward A, but crouch walking toward a likely AWP spot, not the best idea. They knew that the CTs had enough money for an AWP in this round, so I'm not quite sure what he was getting at there. Definitely you would want, to either peek fast or just use some smokes to get him off the initial angle. Definitely would have been preferable, but, unfortunately for him, the AWP was posted exactly on that angle, and he does fall with Freddy Frog following suit. That's just not a good round so far from the Apeks side. Blink might just find their double digits in this one. Let's see, however, how this push keeps going. It looks like it's just going to be Gruss solo with the bomb in Donut, going up against the one and only Gulito. And yeah, he dies. So the push toward A might just continue, and Dennis is in a very good position here. A flank coming in, as that's a free kill. Now he's been found out, but the player inside of Temple, he's really just losing options here. At least gets one kill before he dies, trades himself, and it's Dennis left with it all to do. If you want something done, you got to do it yourself, Dennis. And he didn't actually manage to get the kill onto center there. He survives with 9 HP. That also leaves him open to the flank of Juan Flatro, who makes short work of him and Blink. Well, they've reached double digits on their own map pick, but they are 2 rounds away from death, so I wouldn't be relaxing quite yet if I was you guys. Gulito just a bit of a forward position to see what's going on. Obviously, he now knows what is going on. It's a Glock rush. Synopsy ready to deny the bomb plant as well. Doesn't want to give the extra money to Apeks in the next round, as Relaxa is the last one to fall. And Synopsy, that's an ace. It's an eco ace, but he denies the bomb plant as well. So he actually did the maximal amount that one can possibly do in a round. So great job from him. But those kills aren't worth as much as the other ones. And he's still not the top fragger for his team. Center takes that one with 19 frags to his name. Over on the other side, we got Dennis and Freddy Frog carrying on 22 and 21 kills. Just being absolute beasts at the moment. Dennis with an ace of his own earlier in this map, of course, as lane is being contested by the likes of GX, the very forward position from the AWP, the grenade assistance coming out, not going to be enough to stop Dennis from shooting him, however. So a 4 versus 4 with Dennis on low HP thanks to the grenade out of Cheetah. It is going to be a difficult position from him, but he knows there's a flash coming. However, Juan Flatro, well, he does the blind spray, and if there's a low HP player on the other side, it's going to be an easy kill, as was that one onto a Cillian. A trade does come in, 3 versus 2, and the terrorists do not have control of the bomb. Well, they have control of it. They just don't have it on them. But where will they decide to push? They're all split up. One in tunnel, one on middle. Centers in like this cubby position as well that Relaxa might fall prey to. Does, of course. Freddy Frog, what can you really do against 3 players without the bomb on your back, bud? Can you get this straight frag onto center? Not even that. The headshot way too fast onto Freddy. And Blink pick up their 12th. 12 or 1.2 being the odds for Apeks as well. Blink recovering. You know, 14-12, the odds makers are loving that one a little bit more. And if you're loving it as well, you know, Pinnacle is the place to go if you want to get some responsible betting done if you're over 18. Banner is just below the stream for you to, just waiting for you to click it. And Apeks are just waiting to run into this ace site with all of these pistols. The smoke grenades are present. 4 of them will be flying into this direction ever so soon. Well, maybe one of them is going to be saved for the afterplant, but that Molly definitely going to be tagging a bunch of players down, or rather just keeping them away from the action as the flashes are buying just enough time for that Molotov to dissipate as Relaxa is deep in sight. Salvage them 4 in hand, and the push will continue as the bomb should get planted, but Juan Flacho is here to deny. He cannot. Synopsy gets Freddy Frog, though. The bomb's still not on the ground, and this skirmish is not yet over. 3 against 2. And the T's, they've lost any kind of momentum in this round that they had going for them. They were starting to look scary with Relaxa there in the forward position in tunnels, but he cannot make anything work. 1 versus 3, no armor, M4 in hand. They know vaguely where he is, and he's showing them his back periodically, which is not the best idea in the world, but he does get center. 1 HP though, Relaxa, come on. You can relax now. Yeah, you can relax now. You're dead. Blink gets the 13th point, and Apeks, even though they didn't manage to get the bomb plant, well, the money is still good enough. As your money will also be good enough if you know, take advantage of this sign-up bonus. You bet 10 euros, you get 10. How cool is that? Malta 21 is the code you want to be using on Pinnacle. Ooh, speedy mid-take here, as GX was trying to get something out of the cubby. A little bit of help out of Donut. Golito was there with an AUG. However, not fast enough. The flashes were a little bit too much for him, perhaps. As the T's do gain a man advantage, going toward the A site, looking like it's a pretty solid plan. Juan Flatro, though, he's pushed up all the way down the lane, so he knows the B site is completely empty. I'm not sure why they're not rotating toward that A site. Perhaps they didn't know what was going on toward ramp. However, you know, we can see that the A site is completely being overrun, but Golito with the man lineup actually gets the kill in the end. Synopsy with one of his own out of Temple, and, well, a 3 versus 2 scenario not looking too likely, but Relaxa making it a bit more interesting with that kill on the AWP. Still, you know, the bomb, it's down on site, and Relaxa, how can you, like, get this back with an AWP in hand? Not giving you that good odds, but okay, center just jumps around, feeds him free kill, and Juan Flacho can't get the refrag. What am I looking at? He thought he was safe just jumping around, right? Oh, if he shoots me, it'll probably be a leg shot. Well, not so fast there. Might just be a regular old body shot. And Relaxa gets the clutch in the end. A little bit of an unforced error coming out there from Blink. Just offering themselves up like that. As Apeks, they do take a timeout here. They know, okay, we finally reached map point. We're like 1 round away from victory. But if we lose 2, we go to overtime, which would definitely not be something they want. You know, you want to take the enemy's map pick as fast as you possibly can. And they'll be going for a bit of a screwy buy here. Look at that, like 3 Mac 10s. I think this has A rush written all over it, doesn't it? Could be a B rush as well, like, but, you know, Blink will have to think of some kind of a defensive perimeter they want to set up during this timeout. Okay, Apeks, what are you gonna do with all these Mac 10s, huh? Rush into Cheetah, sure, that works. Very forward Molotov there. It's going to be slowing them down a little bit. Not slowing down Synopsy, however. He just runs into the Molotov straight up. Gets a kill, as does Juan Flatro out of Cheetah. And that's a very fast execute from Apeks, just getting completely shut down from the very beginning. As soon as I say that, of course, Dennis not only gets the kill with the nade, it's going to be relaxed to pick one up with the AWP as well. So 3 versus 3 suddenly looking quite good for Apeks. How the turns have tabled. But we still have GX on the screwy angle here. No way Relaxa was going to be expecting that. He does get shut down, and it's down to the power duo of Freddy Frog and Dennis. I mean, these two guys have just been performing out of their friggin' minds so far on this map. It's once again their turn to pick up the slack, as it were. A little bit separated from each other, though. They need to regroup. They need to just pick a bomb site and go to it. Perhaps the one that Juan Flatro is holding right now there. He's got 1 kill in the round so far. He's going to be looking for 2 more. But he's tagged down to 44, so the MAC-10 can definitely be dangerous, at least, as Galito is using an SMG of his own here to hold Donut. A little bit of AD action, as he doesn't really spot Freddy Frog on the cross, I believe. It's Juan Flatro on B site, not really looking at his back, not being terribly aware of the situation, and he's just going to have no idea, is he? This is going to be Freddy Frog going the wrong way and not picking up the free kill that was just waiting for him. Instead, opting for the bomb plant, and, well, if Juan Flatro was better on his spray there, it would have been a nice kill. However, Galito picks him up on the flank. Anyway, Juan Flatro just ends things here on the B site. And that was Apeks with a very lovely chance to win this round, regardless of starting out in a 3-5 situation, right? They get it into a winnable position, 2 versus 3. They get one of the players all the way to the CT spawn. They could have gotten the kill into the back of, I believe it was Juan Flatro, yeah, just in the back site, but they miss him. They missed their opportunity. They had 1 shot. They didn't capture it. They just let it slip. Mom spaghetti, etc. Pinnacle odds, of course, being a little bit more confused now as to how this is all going to pan out. But Apeks definitely looking to get this round now, because if they lose it, it is going to be overtime, ladies and gentlemen. 5 AKs, plenty of grenades to make some kind of an execute happen, but definitely not ideal. They will be going toward the B site, however, and Gruss, no entries for you, my man. The smoke is going to make you wait about 20 seconds. Okay, execute comes in, and yeah, just a straight up re-smoke from the CTs. Maybe that was just there to bait the smoke out of the enemies. But the real execute is coming, boys, don't worry. As is the rotate, of course, from Blink. 3 players now already. On this B site, though, one of them starts going away. Just as the execute is about to rain in, a couple of smokes to at least separate one of the players out of the action. In the middle of the Molotov, of course, center does fall eventually. 4 versus 4. The bomb should get planted safely, lest they get sprayed down by these various CTs out of their respective spawn. All of them retaking from the exact same angle, or 2 angles, I should say. Watching the behind, knowing there's no one there. Now they can focus on the actual executes. 3 terrorists to defend, as Freddy Frog does find the first. The second goes the way of Relaxa, but the trades are quite strong here for the CTs. And Dennis left in a 1 versus 2. The spray down not gonna connect, but the follow-up headshot, well, 1-tap burst does at least. And even the kill onto GX in the end. I wasn't giving Dennis that many chances there, but he does manage to make it work in the end. Getting that kill. Just insane how the Ferrari peak works.